Hello everyone. Today I'm going to make this masculine birthday card with you. Ooh, nice. Love it. I'm not going to show you the inside of this one just yet because I am actually giving this card to someone, and I wrote on the inside before I realized that I wanted to make it into a video for you. So you'll see what that looks like when we're done. Let's get started. Okay, and these are the materials that we're going to be using. This is some crumb cake cut at 4 3/4 by 11 and scored at 5 1/2 and folded. And I've actually cut out most of the pieces ahead of time so that I can save some time. Okay, the first thing I want to do is cut the body of the card out, and that's the piece that is 4 3/4 by 11 and scored at 5 1/2 and folded. So you're going to fold it, and you're going to use your big clear large scallop squares die. You're going to take the folded side like this, and you're not going to actually cut that piece, because what you want to do is leave it so that it'll stay folded. If you put it all the way through, it's going to cut all the way through, and you don't want that. Roll it through, and it'll come out like that. Perfect. So it's folded. Cut it through. Perfect. So using some crumb cake, DSP, I die cut out the Big's Top Note using the Big's Top Note die. I also cut out, die cut out 2 pieces of the crumb cake using the Big Scallop Squares Duo, which looks like this. I don't know how well you can see that, but there's this size square and then this size square, and we're using this one. Well, we're using this one too. We're going to actually die cut a piece of the Baja Breeze out with this one, and 2 pieces of the crumb cake with this one, and a piece of Very Vanilla with this one. Okay, I also used some chocolate chip cardstock, and I punched out a 2 1/2 inch circle with that. And this project uses some scrap paper. So using that, the Top Note die, I actually just took a piece of Baja Breeze scrap paper and chocolate chip scrap, and not scrap so much as just pieces that would have been tossed if I wasn't so careful about keeping all of my paper for the most part. And I just ran it through. What I did was I set it up like this. So I had a scrap piece, and I just ran it through. The scrap piece was probably about this big. I ran it through and made this cut, and did the same with the chocolate chip. That piece was maybe about this big, ran it through and cut it out. And so you'll have these 2 pieces to layer with the crumb cake. We're also going to be using some Early Espresso Baker's Twine, an Antiques Brad, which looks like that. Okay, so now to do this part, I've taken the Top Note, and I'm actually taking it the long way, and I'm going to cut a portion of the long part of it off using the Big's Clear Large Scallop Square die. Alright, and what I've actually done is, I don't know how well you can see it, but there are these little bubbles, or whatever you want to call them. Actually, I'm going to go with this side. The line of dots or bubbles or whatever. And I count down 8 of those strips. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I can't remember for sure. I actually measured it out, and I'm trying to remember exactly. I think it's something like 4 5/8 or something. So you'll just want to cut this top portion off using the Scallop Square die, and so kind of line it up with this line right here and get it even, and you'll just roll it through. So you'll have these 2 pieces. It'll look like this. So got that left over which you can use in another project or whatever, but this is what you want. Okay, so now what you're going to want to do is layer these three pieces, the chocolate chip, the Baja Breeze, and the spice cake. And how I've done that is in the top note, and you can actually see that a little bit, just a little, there's this perforated line, and you're just going to kind of want to line those points up and line them up nice and sort of evenly with the dotted line, the perforated line. And you can't really tell, actually you probably can tell a little bit better with the spice cake, how I've done that. You see how so you'll want to see the perforation just a little bit. Alright, so you'll just glue them or use a snail adhesive, however you want to adhere those pieces. And that's how that looks. Just like that. So you're not going to see this part in the back. That's why you don't need a whole top note for that. You can just use some scrap. I love to use my scrap. I don't like to waste, so I think this is a perfect project to show how you can use your scrap paper. Alright, so then I'm going to take this and I'm going to adhere the top note to the front of the body of the card. And again, I've used glue. Using the baker's twine, you're going to use the grooves in the scallops to tie it on. Okay. And then you're just going to tie a knot. So if you see what I've done, pulled it through and then wrapped it back around and pulled it through again. And you're going to want to tie the knot close to the scallops so that it'll be closer to the end. There we go. And if it's a little far, you can sort of reposition it, but mine came out alright, so I don't really have that problem. Then just cut your tails off. Ta-da! Oh. Well, my tail's a little longer than that, but that's okay. You'll take your mat pack from your paper piercing tool, or from your your foam mat from your mat pack and your paper piercing tool, and going as close to the knot as you can without actually poking through the twine. Poke it all the way through, and take your brad, and I like to sort of gather the twine with the tongs of my brad and poke it through. You're going to be using Peach Parfait and Marina Mist ink, and I used, if I can find that, the Happiest Birthday Wishes stamp set for this. So I actually used this stamp for the front, and we're going to use this stamp on the inside. And this is, you can get it as a hostess set. And so I did the rock and roll technique with this stamp, just this one, the Happiest Wishes on your birthday. And I inked it up real well in the Peach Parfait first, and then I rock and rolled it in the Marina Mist. And I actually did it already because I'm just trying to save some time, so that's what it looks like. And then I also sponged the edges with the Peach Parfait. And then I distressed the edges of the chocolate chip, and then I used liquid pearls. So I just did little pearls. Using dimensionals, you're going to adhere these two pieces together. And once you've got your dimensionals on, then you're going to just sort of tuck it in just a little bit underneath the button. Adhere it using dimensionals. Okay? And then my next step is you're going to take the Marina Mist Stampin' Write marker and the chocolate chip Stampin' Write marker, and you're going to do a faux stitch with the Marina Mist on the inside close to the top note outlines, and the chocolate chip, you're going to do that also. So go ahead and do a faux stitch on that, and I'll get that started and come back when I'm done. So using the Marina Mist, go close to the top note. And do that all the way around, and then you'll use the chocolate chip and go next to that Marina Mist faux stitch. And do that all the way around. Okay, and that's what that looks like. You can see that a little bit better on this one with the Marina Mist, but all the way around. Okay, now we're going to do the inside. And what we're going to do with that is taking the Spice Cake DSP, the two pieces that I cut out, that I die cut out, you're going to put on the inside. And you're going to sort of line them up with the scallops a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect. And so you're going to set it up like that, so they're sort of set off from each other. And you're going to take your Very Vanilla and you're going to center that one like that. So just adhere those down. So I used this stamp from the Happiest Birthday Wishes stamp set. And this one I inked it up real well in the Peach Parfait, and then I rock and rolled it in the Marina Mist. So, and then I also did another faux stitch all the way around using the Marina Mist Stampin' Right marker. So then you'll just glue it up, or snail adhesive, whatever. And you're going to kind of center it so that you're using these 3 scallops on both sides, both corners, as kind of a guide. Alright. That's how that looks. And here we go. As usual, it's been fun. I hope you all had fun making this with me. Until next time, happy stampin'!